my name is Evie, also known as Kim Cosplay, cosplaying Clarisse la Rue because it's more fun that way. In this video I'm going to show you how I made my punching bag. Now you might wonder, what exactly does a punching bag have to do with cosplay? And at first I didn't know either. But during the process of making, I came up with a very useful second function for it. I'm going to tell you what that is right after the cringy training video that seems to be essential to every video about punching bags. So enjoy! I've always wanted to have a punching bag, and a while back I looked it up on eBay and almost bought one for €5, and then my brain stopped me and said, wait a minute, we have all the materials we need at home, we can do this ourselves. And I obeyed and we did it. During my researches I had found out that most of the cheaper models are filled with fabric scraps. And I was like, wait a minute, again, I am a cosplayer. I have tons of scrap fabric that I can't part with because I might need them someday. Maybe. So there you have it. A punching bag is actually a very fancy way to store your cosplay fabrics. And if you don't have a lot of scraps, maybe stuff some of your cosplays or some shirts in there. I ended up filling 1.5 of these big storage boxes of scrap fabrics into my bag. So, what materials did I actually use, except for a lot of scrap fabrics? The bag itself is made out of a thick vinyl tarp that I had lying around. I cut it into a rectangle which was around 55 centimeters wide and 1 meter tall. Then I marked the height where I wanted to add the holding straps. I used a very sturdy tape that I cut into 2 strips of 70 centimeter length. Then I sewed them on the vinyl, securing 15 centimeters of each strap and with 2 zigzag stitches. I created a tube by overlapping the vinyl along the height and squeezing that through my sewing machine, which was a pain, but it worked. And I made 3 zigzag stitches all the way down for enough security. Then I sewed the bottom lid of the bag next, which is basically just a circle with the radius of a little bit more than 15 centimeters. I only used a single straight stitch for that and it held up surprisingly well. Then I had to turn that beast inside out. It was a struggle. Once I had that done, I could finally stuff the thing with all my lovely scrap fabrics. Only a wrap closure with a buckle was missing, which I quickly sewed on with some more of the straps. And here it is, my punching bag. It is a little bit more than 12 kilograms heavy. I first thought that would be too light, but it's actually a very nice fun weight. I took one of these carabiners and connected the holding straps. That way I could attach the bag to the ceiling. I've also made myself some hand wraps out of scrap fabric where I cleaned up the edges. There are a lot of videos from experienced fighters on YouTube that explain how to wrap your hands. So I would suggest just watch one of these if you're interested. I'll have the one I used in my video description. They look fancy and cool, but I rarely use them for my training. Now, unfortunately, the last thing you'll need is a hole in your ceiling, in which you can then insert a dowel and a loopy hook. Fortunately, my dad says it's pretty easy. And now, back to training! Have fun!